Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back with my weekly haul. I got some really good stuff this week. I'm super excited to share it with you, and I'm just gonna jump right in. So the first fragrance that I picked up was a Mercari find. This is one that I have wanted for ages and ages. This is one that I used to go in to Sephora back in like the early 2000s when I made like, you know, $7 an hour, and I could not afford anything from this brand ever, but I would always smell it and I was obsessed with it and I would spray it on me and I always wanted it. And I finally came across I've completely forgotten about it, but I finally came across a bottle of it on Mercari, and when I saw it, I snatched it up. So this is Fresh Brown Sugar, and if you've ever used like any of the fresh lip products, that's what this brown sugar smells like. Their lip products have a really beautiful, like kind of lemony, like a lemony, sugary, sweet smell and taste. And this perfume smells like the lip products smell and taste. So such a beautiful fragrance. And for being like a citrus-based fragrance, oh my gosh, it lasts absolutely forever on the skin. I wore this to work last week, and that's another thing. A lot of these I actually wore last week, so I'm not going to do a what I wore last week video this week. I'll just talk about the longevity and things like that in this video. So I did wear this to work last week, and this lasted forever. It got me through my entire workday. I could still smell this. Like when I was sitting there eating dinner that night after I had been to work and, you know, and back, I could just smell this radiating off of me that night. And it's such a stunning fragrance. So brown sugar is lemon, tangerine, red berries, sugar, honeysuckle, magnolia, peach, caramel, amber, and cypress. It's a stunning, stunning fragrance. It's very unique smelling. It's, like I say, if you have ever used any of the fresh lip products and you love how they smell and taste, then you would really like the perfume. So anyways, that is Fresh Brown Sugar. Okay, so the next one I picked up is one that a subscriber here, she messaged me on Instagram, thank goodness, because she had been, I guess she signed up to the Etat Libre d'Orange website for an email notification for when this fragrance came back in stock. And as soon as it did, she let me know, and I was over the moon, and I immediately picked it up. This is Etat Libre d'Orange, and this is the Noel au Balcon. Something about that just does not roll off my tongue easily. But this is a fragrance that I got a decant of it from Scentbird, and I absolutely fell in love with it because it's a beautiful fragrance on its own. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's a stunning fragrance, but there's a scent memory associated with this fragrance. There's just something about this that reminds me of Christmas time as a kid. And I don't know if it's like, I think I've said before, I don't know if it's the bowls of potpourri that my mom always had around our house, or if it was going into like the JCPenney when I was so little, like I mean so little, maybe 3 or 4 years old, and remembering that the perfume counters smelled kind of like this. I'm not sure, but this has such a strong scent memory for me. This is a lot of the fragrances from Etat Libre d'Orange don't last that long, but this one lasts forever. Like, and to me, this is absolutely Christmas in a bottle. Like, if I feel like I want to transport myself back to Christmas time in the middle of July, all I have to do is spray this on and it will be like December for me in my own head. So I love it. It's such a stunning fragrance. I wore it the other day. It lasted all day long. I did not have to reapply, and I was at home. I could have reapplied, but I didn't have to. So Noel au Balcon is honey, apricot, mandarin orange, cinnamon, chili pepper, orange blossom, vanilla, black clover, caraway, labdanum, patchouli, and musk. And it's just, oh my gosh, it is the most beautiful, like, vintage smelling Christmas to me ever. Even though it's not like well, it is a little bit vintage smelling, but I'm like over the moon in heaven that I finally have a full bottle of this. Thank you so much. You know who you are, who messaged me on Instagram. I'm so grateful for you doing that and letting me know that this came back in stock so that I could pick it up before it went back out. So anyways, that is Etat Libre d'Orange, and that is Noel Au Balcon. Okay, the next one, I've got 3 of kind of the same here. They came in a set. I picked them up off of Mercari for $6. These are little tiny half-ounce bottles. I have been interested in the Paris Hilton Rush line for a long time, and I just haven't wanted to pick them up because they are a little bit on the pricey side for a celebrity fragrance, and I really didn't want to pay that kind of money for celebrity fragrances. So somebody was selling this little set on Mercari for $6. I'm very glad I only paid $6 for it because she packaged them horribly, and in transit, they all but the Gold Rush leaked. The Platinum Rush leaked out at least halfway, and the bottle broke because she literally just threw them in an envelope and no bubble wrap, nothing. They were just like, you know, clinging around in there. The Rosé Rush came with no lid. I knew it wasn't going to have a lid, so I wasn't upset about that, but it came, it completely leaked. The sprayer on the Platinum Rush, I don't know if you can see it, it got messed up and it's like all bent, as you can see. She really did not do me a solid with the packaging. These came packaged horribly, but I didn't complain and I wasn't super upset about it because, like I say, I did only pay $6 for them, and then I think I paid $4.99 shipping, so like $10, which, you know, is to me completely fair. So anyways, let's start with Platinum Rush. This is probably I think Gold Rush is my favorite. This is my second favorite one. This is beautiful though. I am like super impressed with these. They're nothing groundbreaking. They're not like, you know, there's nothing special about them. They're not like cheap smelling, but they're not expensive smelling fragrances. But these are just fun fragrances that smell really, really good. This one is really like fruity and sweet and shampoo-y smelling to me. So Platinum Rush is mango, red apple, pear, watery notes, magnolia, green accord, lily of the valley, floral notes, cashmere musk, amber, and patchouli. And yeah, I'll have to see when I smell Gold Rush which one I like best. I think maybe this might be my favorite. I can't remember, but I really love them. This one lasted on my skin a pretty good long time. Definitely about 4 hours. It wasn't horrible, but it's not like the best either. But it's just a good smelling fragrance. This is one that you're going to get compliments on. People are going to think you smell really good. Ugh, and this little lid is even leaking too. I just got it all over me. So anyways, that's the first one, Platinum Rush. And these little bottles are the cutest thing ever. Yeah, I just think that the bottles are the cutest. They're so, so adorable. So anyways, that one is Platinum Rush. Yeah, and this is totally leaking. Oh, but it smells amazing. It smells like beautiful. I don't know where it's leaking from. It's leaking. But it smells like beautiful shampoo. Ugh. Like a really nice drugstore shampoo. It's so pretty. Then we've got Rosé Rush, and this is the one that, of course, I thought was going to be my favorite because it's a rose-scented fragrance, and I thought for sure I would love this the most. I really like the sprayer on these too. It's like a really nice like mist. I'm really liking these. Okay, so Rosé Rush does not last any time at all. This wore off my skin in like 30 minutes. So Rosé Rush is rose petals, lychee, neroli, May rose, papaya, peony, white musk, amber, and cedar. It's really beautiful. It's like a shampoo-y rose. I really like it. It just, if it had lasted longer, I think I would have liked it more. But because it didn't last long and because it's really unremarkable, you know, it just wasn't my favorite. Not to say it's a bad fragrance though. It still smells really, really beautiful. It's just a beautiful, sweet, clean, shampooy rose. So that is Platinum Rush, not Platinum Rush, sorry, that is Rosé Rush. And then the last one is Gold Rush, and yeah, this one I loved. This is gorgeous. Yeah, it's a toss-up. I don't know if I like Platinum Rush or Gold Rush better. It's like a tie. They're both so good. Gold Rush is nectarine, lemon, bergamot, orchid, rose petals, violet, praline, vanilla, and cashmere wood. And this does have a beautiful, warm creaminess. You get the vanilla in the base. I think I do like this one the best. I think I prefer Gold Rush the most. These, both this one and Platinum Rush, I would not mind having a full bottle of in my collection. They're gorgeous. They're yummy. This one is like a hint gourmand just because of that vanilla and also the praline. Oh, it's just good though. So good. And this one lasted a little bit better than the Rosé Rush too. The Platinum and the Gold Rush, they were about 4 hours, not horrible. So anyways, that is Gold Rush from Paris Hilton. And I love, again, with that little freaking bottle. It is the cutest thing ever. I just love them. I just think they're the cutest bottles. And I love that the bottom part is glass. They're just adorable. So anyways, those are, I'm super excited that I finally got to smell those fragrances. Okay, and then the next one. Oh my gosh, you guys, I found a unicorn and I was so excited about it. I have been dying to find an original bottle of Burberry, just Burberry for women. This is an old signature of mine. I used to wear this way back in the early 2000s, and I bought another bottle sometime last year, and it was horrible. I decluttered it immediately. The reformulation of this fragrance is absolutely horrible. So I went on eBay recently looking for a vintage bottle or an original formulation bottle, and somebody had this one. And they were selling it for $14.99. I could not believe my luck. They also had a picture of the batch code on their listing, so I was able to look up the batch code and find out that this bottle of perfume is over 17 years old. So I was so ecstatic. I was like, oh, that's gonna be my formulation, and I was not wrong. This is my formulation. It still smells amazing. It still smells exactly like I remember it, and it has not gone off, not even the slightest bit. So whoever had this, and I could kind of tell by the color of the liquid that it was still okay, that it probably hadn't changed, and it hasn't. This was stored perfectly. Oh my gosh, this formulation is so much better than the current formulation. The current formulation is this disgusting, like, sickly peach smell to my nose. I can't tolerate it. It's like everything I dislike about peach in a fragrance. But this one is fuzzy and cozy and warm. This always reminded me of putting on like a beautiful fuzzy warm sweater, like, you know, like the sweater that I'm wearing today, just like a really cozy sweater. That's what this fragrance always reminded me of, and it still does. It's so good. So Burberry is peach, apricot, pear, blackcurrant, green apple, sandalwood, jasmine, moss, vanilla, cedar, and musk. Now, I don't know if those are the notes for the reformulation or if those are the notes for the original formulation, or if they're the same notes, they're just in different, I don't know, quantities in the fragrance. I just don't know, but this is Burberry for women, and I am so excited to finally have this back in my collection in all its original glory. So anyways, that is Burberry for women. Okay, next I picked up a bunch of Hermes fragrances, and I found all of these in the little half-ounce bottles, which I adore. And this one these first four came in a set. These are interesting. This is an interesting little set of fragrances. The first one is called Brin de Reglisse. I'll see if you can see that because I'm the worst. So Brin de Reglisse. And when I first smelled this, I was like, oh, that's so strange. Like, It's not bad, but it's not good. It's just strange. And it still does smell strange. And this is, when I looked up the notes, it finally hit me. Okay, this is like licorice. It's a totally a black licorice fragrance. It's only got 3 notes. This is lavender, licorice, and hay. And it's a very strange fragrance. I think I'm going to end up pairing this with vanilla to see what kind of a fragrance that would make. Like with vanilla and lavender and licorice and hay. I think it would be really beautiful. So that's the first one I picked up. It's called Brin de Reglisse, and it's very strange. Okay, the second one I picked up is called Muguet or Muguet. I don't ever know how to say that, but I think it's Lily of the Valley, if I'm not mistaken. Muguet, Lily of the Valley, I think. Muguet Porcelaine. And this is another one, when I first smelled it, I was like, oof. That is very odd. I don't know if you can see that because I can barely see it in the viewfinder, but this is very strange. It's very, very pungent smelling, and it's animalic smelling. And when I first sprayed it on, I didn't like it at all. But after about 15 minutes, when it started to dry down, oh my gosh. It is the most beautiful. And I think Muguet is Lily of the Valley, if I'm not mistaken. The most beautiful, like, Lily of the Valley fragrance, but it is animalic. And definitely in the first, 15 minutes, it's very animalic. So, Muguet Porcelaine is green notes, pear, Lily of the Valley, Hedione, neroli, white musk, and animal notes. And it's beautiful. I'm going to love this in the spring, and it's super, super strong. And I know it looks like, it's like an Hermes fragrance that looks super watery and like it's not going to last. Holy cow. This stuck around for hours and hours. So, anyways, that one is called Muguet Porcelaine. Okay, the next 2 are my favorites from this little set. This next one is called Osmanth Union. So, Osmanth Union. This is beautiful. This is an osmanthus fragrance, and I love osmanthus. This is tea, orange, osmanthus, freesia, apricot, and leather. I typically don't like leather in fragrances, but the leather in this is super soft, super smooth, and very, very faint. It's not a dominating note. It just adds like a little bit of body and kind of grounds this fragrance. Super, super beautiful. I love this one. So that is called Osmanth Union. And then the last one in this little set is Vetiver Tonka. And I knew I would love this because I love vetiver and I love tonka, and this is beautiful. So this is just so good. Okay, Vetiver Tonka is vetiver, hazelnut, praline, and tonka beans. It's beautiful. You really get the tonka. It's really well blended, but you get more tonka than you do vetiver. I don't really get a lot of the hazelnut. It's not like a really heavy hazelnut note. It's just gorgeous. It's light, it's bright, it's airy. It could be worn any time of year, and it's just a stunner. So that is Vetiver Tonka. Okay, and then last but not least, I picked up another Hermes fragrance. I told you guys I was going to get on an Hermes kick and that I was going to start picking them up like crazy, and I am. So this one came in a cute little Hermes bag, and this is, I want every single one of them in this line. I don't care if they're a full bottle, if they're this half ounce, I just want all of them. This is Un Jardin on Mediterrane. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I'm the worst. This is stunning though. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I love this one. This is beautiful, and this lasted absolutely forever on my skin as well. So this one is bergamot, lemon, mandarin orange, orange blossom, white nerium oleander, fig leaf, cypress, red cedar, juniper, pistachio, and musk. And it is so good. The fig is mixing with something in this that gives it the most beautiful, it's like the most beautiful combination. It's so good. This one was so good on my skin, and I just love it. So that is Hermes Un Jardin en Mediterrane. And I really want the red one, the Lagoon one. Un Jardin something Lagoon. Oh, I want that one so bad. It's coming. Don't you worry. I'm going to get it. The next little thing is a package that me and a subscriber did a little bit of a swap, and I had mentioned to you that she was sending me an original formulation rollerball and a little mini of the Stella, and so I am so excited to be able to share that with you guys. So this is the little package that she sent over, and she always includes little samples. Sweetest person ever. But she sent over, so I misunderstood. I thought that this was the Rose Absolute. It's not. This is just the original Stella Perfume, which I am still over the moon with it. I adore this. I love this little bottle. It is the cutest. I mean, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful bottle. And it's got this gorgeous stopper and this beautiful glass like applicator. Oh my gosh. And that is the original Stella. That is the Stella that I remember. It's so beautiful. So that's the first thing she sent, this little gorgeous mini bottle, which I'm super excited to have. And then she also sent over this roller ball, and this roller ball is from 2011, so this is the original formulation, and it's gorgeous. So there that is. Ooh, there's just nothing like Stella, nothing. I've got a rose fragrance on the way. I can't remember which one it was, but it was something that I ordered off of FragranceNet, and when I looked it up on Fragrantica, people were saying that it smelled like Stella, so I'm excited to get that and to see if it actually does. We'll see. Okay, so she sent over a little decant of Carner Barcelona Megaliam, and I had my eye on this fragrance. I was wanting to buy this. However, I'm glad I didn't, because it's super close to Botafumeiro. They smell really similar. They're both beautiful, warm, incensey fragrances. This one isn't quite as like smoky, sweet, like really church incensey as the Botafumeiro, but it's still a beautiful, sweet, incensey, warm fragrance. It's a stunner. So that is Carner Barcelona Megaliam. I'm glad I didn't buy a full bottle of this. I almost did, and I would have been disappointed because it smells very much like Botafumeiro. And then she also sent another couple that she just picked up, and she wanted to send me some decants to see if because she doesn't like these either, and she wanted to see if it was that same note that I don't like, the metallic, that kind of metallic musky note, and that's exactly what it is. So now she knows that when I'm saying a metallic musky note, she'll know exactly what I'm talking about, because both of these have it. So the first one, this is Initio Parfums, A Side Effect, and I had smelled this before, and I am not a fan. It's got that very strong metallic musk note in it that I am just not a fan of, but I always love to have little decants of these for reference. And then the other one that she sent me was one I had never smelled before. This is BDK Parfums Tobacco Rose, and same thing. I sprayed this one on, and like I literally almost gagged when I smelled my hand, because that metallic musk note was so strong. So anyways, you guys will have to let me know, because I'm watching a bottle of the BDK Smoking Rouge right now. If any of you know, please let me know if it's anything like this Tobacco Rose, if it's got that same kind of DNA, or if it's got that same metallic musk note because I don't want to buy it if it does. So anyways, that is BDK Parfums Tobacco Rose. Again, not a fan of that one either, but I'm so happy she sent them my way because you never know. I may have blind bought that Tobacco Rose at some point if I hadn't have smelled it and didn't know. So anyways, guys, those are all of the perfumes that I picked up this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.